Once upon a time, there was a family of curious kids, always asking questions about the world around them. One night, their mother decided to answer all their questions with an educational goodnight story. Once upon a time, began the mother, there was a family of foxes that lived in the forest. The fox family had 4 members: Patrick, his mom and dad, and his younger sister Sarah. One day Patrick noticed something very interesting in the sky: a bright star. He asked his dad, "What's that star?" His dad explained that it was actually a planet called Mars. Patrick was very excited to learn about Mars and asked many more questions about it. How far away is it? How big is it? What color is it? His dad answered all of them with patience while his mom winked at him in approval. Sarah chimed in saying she wanted to learn more too. Her parents took turns explaining different facts about Mars, such as its average distance from Earth and its size compared to Earth's moon. As they talked about Mars, Patrick imagined himself on the red planet, flying between mountains and canyons like an astronaut. His sister Sarah was imagining what kinds of creatures might live on Mars one day if humans ever visited there. After learning all these exciting things about Mars, the kids were ready for bed but still had lots of questions they wanted to ask their parents before going to sleep. So they asked their mom how many stars there were in the night sky. She said she didn't know the exact number, but she knew it was thousands and thousands of stars. They were amazed by this fact and quickly fell fast asleep dreaming of all the stars they'd seen that night. "Good night," said their mom as she tucked them both into bed, feeling happy knowing her kids had learned something new before snoozing off for the night. And everyone lived happily ever after, learning new facts each day to make them wiser than before. Once upon a time, in a magical forest filled with talking animals and sparkling streams, there was a little rabbit named Rosie. Rosie lived in a cozy burrow with her family, but she always had trouble falling asleep at night. One evening, as Rosie lay in bed, she heard a soft rustling outside her burrow. Curious, she hopped out of bed and peeked outside. To her surprise, she saw a tiny fairy with glittering wings flitting about, spreading fairy dust everywhere she went. "Hello there," said the fairy with a gentle smile. "I'm the Dream Weaver, and I'm here to help you sleep." Rosie was overjoyed at the prospect of finally getting a good night's rest. The Dream Weaver invited her to climb aboard her tiny flying carpet, and together they soared high above the treetops, past the moon and stars. As they flew, the Dream Weaver wove a magical dream for Rosie, full of colorful flowers, singing birds, and delicious treats. Rosie felt her eyelids grow heavy as she watched the dream unfold, and before she knew it, she was fast asleep. The next morning, Rosie woke up feeling refreshed and happy. She bounded out of her burrow and found the Dreamweaver waiting for her. "Thank you so much," Rosie said with a big smile. "I had the most wonderful dream." The Dreamweaver beamed. "I'm glad to have helped. And remember, whenever you have trouble sleeping, just call on me, and I'll be there to weave you another dream." From then on, Rosie slept soundly every night, knowing that the Dreamweaver was always there to help her drift off into peaceful slumber. And the magical forest was filled with the sweet sounds of happy dreams and contented snores.